Hello, Hannah.
Hello. I just realized I'm trying to find Jarrell.
She's tracking her boyfriend. Fiance. Oh my gosh.
She's called him like my husband and my fiance. No, she says my husband and my boyfriend.
He answers to all. Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Hello.
Happy New Year, Hannah. Hannah's been snuggling with her chihuahua and she's wearing her hair on her shirt. So I hope everybody had a great holiday, great New Year's, and we're glad to be back with you all. We were going to be here last week, but Hannah got sick.
I threw up. I threw up at 2 a.m. I did not go to work. That's
telling the business. You could just say I was nauseous.
I threw up. It was not an enjoyable time.
Okay.
And I had blood work done.
Yeah.
No.
The joys of becoming older, Hannah.
I also had an ulcer on my tonsil.
And you also had a bad cold or before that.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah's been sickly.
And then I had an infection in my arm before that.
And oh yeah, you did. You had a staph infection on your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. She's just been ick. But we're back.
Hopefully. My immune system's crap.
Well, hopefully your immune system's been built up with all this loveliness
you've
gone through.
You would think.
Especially before you start traveling again.
You would think.
Oh, my string just popped. So tell us something good. If you have some good news or a trip coming up or a milestone that you're celebrating, please share it with us. We love to celebrate with you. And that's about all. We went and saw something.
Does it smell like bacon? Yes, it did.
It's not me.
Is he cooking bacon?
He might be cooking bacon downstairs.
Ah.
Yeah, when we're upstairs, so and the kitchen's right down at the bottom of the steps. So when you cook, it comes all upstairs.
For what reason?
So he might be cooking bacon. Try to look at me. Did you scratch your face right there?
Probably.
It's really red. Okay. So we went and we saw Wicked for the second time, but this time we went to the sing-along. That was fun. It was fun because we were in a theater of people that really absolutely loved Wicked. And they were and there was clapping and singing, and it was fun. At first, I was worried that there was not going to be.
He hears he's alive. Making sure he's okay.
At first, we were thinking that we were going to be the only ones in there and have to sing to ourselves, but then it was a lot of good people in there singing, so it was fun.
The funny thing is that there was a gentleman in front of Mom, and I guess he had like his, who I'm assuming to be his girlfriend, partner, wife, I don't know, maybe a friend.
I thought he was dragged there by her.
And then all of a sudden, you hear this man going, "Good news!"
He's saying the whole time. I loved it.
And I was like, oh no,
I think he was the only man there.
She was like, I wonder if he knows what he got himself into.
And he knew. He was singing along with us, which I loved. I loved it. It was fun. I would do that again.
Well, I don't know if they're doing it.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's no longer. But
well, now you just have to
do it at
watch
home.
It at home and have the subtitles on.
Sing. So that was fun. We do have a trip coming up. We're going to New York. So we're excited about that. Are we just going to start doing a every 6-month trip to New York?
Why not? Okay,
I saw a list of all the new musicals and plays that were coming out for 2025.
There's just so many good ones, and then like
they got rid of a lot of good ones too. Though.
Yeah, they did.
And what's going on with the Phantom of the Opera?
So it's supposed to be an immersive like experience. So kind of like think of. You know how Cabaret, like they had like the different bar areas and you like go through like the alleyway to get to like the cabaret. Like that's considered immersive. It's not like you're just sitting at your seat watching the play necessarily.
So it's like you're in the opera house.
So it's kind of like you're in the opera house, and they said something about the rooftop being like the graveyard. So it sounds like you go up to like the rooftop and they start singing and stuff. And then I guess you go back down to the theater.
So you move around.
Yeah.
During the show.
Or throughout. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a big thing, especially in the West End, for like immersive shows. I mean, Cabaret came from the West End, like this version of Cabaret. So,
and a little bit later, we'll talk about what we're doing this time. What we try to do is we try to do something different that we haven't done before. There's, I know one thing that we're doing that Hannah's done before that I have not. So we're going to do that. But that's one thing we always try to do so that we're not repeating ourselves, because those of you that have been to New York know there's so much to do. There's no way to do everything. So we just kind of go through and just make a list of things we want to do that we haven't done yet. And so that's what we've done. We'll talk about what we're doing. And then also for our countdown, the spring of this year, Hannah and I are going with Elizabeth. And it's a ship that I've been on before, a cruise ship I've been on before, but Hannah and Elizabeth have not. And that's one of the MSC ships. So we'll talk more about that later. But we're excited. I'm excited to let them experience MSC, because I know there's a lot of mixed reviews about it, but it's personally one of my favorites. So I'm hoping that it's one of their favorites too. Mm-hmm. Beautiful ships. Beautiful. And then William and I booked a cruise for next September. We're actually going to try out the MSC Yacht Club. So we're going to be fancy, I guess.
On the same ship.
On the same ship. We're going on. But when I was booking us, and I think I've said this before, but when I was looking for William and I, we honestly wanted to take a cruise together before the wedding, which the wedding's planning is going on and on and on right now, but we wanted to go before the wedding planning really got intense and just kind of get away and take a breather. Because somebody's doing a lot of the planning herself. I'm a good organizer.
It's a good thing. You're partially retired too.
Yeah. But so anyway, we were talking about we enjoyed Aria. If you know MSC, there's different levels, and we enjoyed the Aria experience last time. And
what if people don't know MSC?
There's the Bella experience where they assign your cabin and you have a specified time for dinner. There is the Fantastica experience where you get to choose your cabin, but you also have a specific time for dinner. And then Aria has we did a whole video about what the perks of Aria are, but you get a better choice of cabin, location. We actually had a killer cabin with a huge balcony, but you also get access to the special Aria area. It's like a deck for like being out in the sun or whatever. That's specific to Aria. And also you got to be an anytime dining restaurant, which is was a specific restaurant for Aria. And you got to go to the thermal spa and things like that.
Cruise cabin, not a log cabin.
Cruise cabin. So anyway, when I was booking William and I this cruise, I put in, because we like to have the drink package, we like to have internet. And when I put it all together for Aria, and I looked over at the yacht club experience and realized it was only like $100 difference, but we'll be getting an interior cabin in a yacht club instead of a balcony. We've never done an interior, but I figured if you get all the yacht club is like only like 300 people on the ship are in the yacht club, and it's a very like exclusive experience. And all the perks that go with that. I was like, let's try it. So we're going to try an interior cabin in the yacht club in September. I think I'll sleep well. I heard people sleep really well in them. It's really dark.
I have nothing.
You have claustrophobia.
Against interior cabins. It's just, I literally need a window, or I will literally have a panic attack.
Yeah, but you don't like a balcony. You don't like going out on the balcony.
I like to be able to look out and see it. Okay? If we're stationary, balcony, great. But if we're moving in open water, Hannah's not going out there.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's $100 difference. I grabbed a yacht club interior to see what we thought about it. But yeah, so I'm going to do that.
I have like a girls' weekend going back to New York at some point in the fall.
Yeah. So the trip that we're going with her and Elizabeth is kind of like one of her bachelorette trips that I want to be part of.
I really don't think it's like a bachelorette. I just call it a girls' weekend.
Yeah. And then her and Elizabeth are taking a girls' weekend. Is it a weekend? You hadn't really decided, had you?
It's probably going to be a weekend.
I can't keep playing with these strings on my shirt.
Are you stemming?
Yeah. All right. So I think that's all my things. We will not be live next week. We're sorry. We've just been awful about being live on a schedule, but we are traveling, so we're not going to be live.
We have traveling, we have holidays, and then we have illness.
But and with God's will and everybody being healthy,
I like to point out
we'll be back on January 23rd.
I like to point out that you were more sickly than I was a year ago.
A year ago, I was. Yes.
So I don't want to hear it.
So let's say hello to everybody in the chat, and then we'll get into some more discussion and stuff. Nick P. It's just 100 days until I reunite with the German woman from the train. Nick, this is becoming a book for me. I'm fully invested in this situation with you. I love it. From the train in Germany, this time we are planning out our 10 days together once I land. That's amazing. Does it not remind you of like a book or a movie?
Do you want to write a romance book? Is that what
I know. Nick P, you need to write a romance novel now, I tell you. Hello, Cheryl and Ed.
I'm so sorry.
From freezing, New Jersey. Hey, it is freezing. Well, it's probably colder in New Jersey.
It's colder in New Jersey.
It's cold here. And we are under a winter weather advisory in South Carolina
for
tomorrow. We
declare a state of emergency when there's an inch of snow. Just so you know.
I don't know if South Carolina have they declared a state of emergency? Georgia did.
Well, they put salt on the roads.
Yeah, we got salt on the roads. South Carolina and Georgia do not do very well when it comes to winter weather.
Cold.
And there's Josie. Happy New Year to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she has a lot of great trips planned. And who is that, Hannah?
It's one of our favorite Canadians.
One of our favorite Canadians. Hey, Nick. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. Happy New Year. Hey, Anthony. Good to see you. Thank you for being here with us. It's supposed to be snowing in the Carolinas this weekend. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. My connection in Charlotte got moved to Miami because there's forecast of snow at the Charlotte airport, and I'm on the way to Orlando on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Why you look at me funny?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Snow through Charlotte.
In Charlotte, that's north of us.
Correct, but for someone to get here, they gotta go through it.
Yes. Well, this Saturday, we have a plan to go wedding dress shopping with friends and family, and we're hoping that the matron of honor can get into town. She's from North Carolina. That's the concern of the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else we got? 21 days, a short little trip to London, UK to watch the stage musical. Nick, that's like one of my favorite movies of all time. I love it. Where's Prada? I'm jealous. So jealous. I will be in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Charleston, South Carolina over the next 2 weeks. Boy, you're traveling everywhere, Nick. Have you been to Charleston before? It's a beautiful little town. 64 days until the Sun Princess cruise, and we're going to spend a day in Orlando with John and Nancy. John and Nancy are J&N Travels, and they're snowbirds, so they go to Florida during the winter time, which is probably very smart. Interior cabins are nice. I've heard, and I am the one that always wakes up as soon as I see daylight, so I think it's going to be nice to actually have a good night's sleep. Something good from us. It's our happy anniversary, 35 years. That's awesome. Congratulations, Cheryl and Ed. One of the cutest couples ever. I just loved hanging out with y'all on that cruise. That was so fun. Terrell says, y'all building a snowman.
And he's acting like he's not around the corner from us.
Terrell is like, we could walk to Terrell's house.
He's acting like he's just not over there.
Do you want to build a snowman?
I know Jarrell is not, because Jarrell don't do the cold.
Yeah. Jarrell's real excited probably about this winter weather advisory. Mm-mm. No, this will be my first real trip to South Carolina. I've been through it several times on the Amtrak, but I've never had a chance to visit your state. It's a beautiful state.
We don't have great roads, though.
We have horrible roads.
And they don't like to fix potholes.
It's like when you...
They just like put like a patch over it, basically.
When you go through South Carolina on I-20, and then you go to North Carolina, it's like... And you hit North Carolina, it's like...
Especially if you're in the right lane.
Yeah.
The right lane has all the potholes.
Yeah, South Carolina needs some help with the roads.
Department of Transportation.
So hello, everybody. We're so excited y'all are here. Thank y'all for joining us. We want to recognize our moderators, as Anthony is here tonight. Anthony is one of our moderators. So thank you, Anthony, for being here. If you are a creator, put #creator in the chat. If you see a creator that you have not seen before, please check out their channel because they got some good stuff going on. So today, Hannah, I was working on the wedding checklist, and since Jarrell's here in the chat, we actually pretty caught up. I'm pretty proud of us. We've decided to have, how often we're going to have those meetings?
Like monthly.
Like a monthly meeting, and we had Jarrell over, and Hannah was here on Saturday night, and we did the guest list, and we did something else. The website. Trying to finalize that.
Registry.
And the gift registry. So, got a lot done. I was proud. We got your engagement pictures taken. The next thing we're going to do is save the dates. But it's like we have a business meeting at the table. Like the laptops are out and we're like... But it's coming right along. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have a good idea. Saturday we'll have a good idea of a dress. So we'll pull up we enjoyed our time with you as well. We really do. I'm serious about that, Cheryl and William and I just love being around y'all. That was fun. All right. So we always talk about, those of y'all know, we've gotten into really reading a lot. So if you're reading something right now, share it in the chat. We want to know, what are you reading right now? So we'll be finished by tomorrow morning. I've got like probably 30 more minutes.
You still depressed?
Reading on this. I am reading What She Left Behind right now. And the way I picked that out was, it came up on Amazon like around Prime Day, and it was like $5. And it says it's from a best-selling author or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. And I love like period dramas. Like I like 1920s or the Gilded Age kind of things. And I was like, I'll read this. This is a depressing book. It's I don't want to say it's a great story because it's so sad.
It can be a great story and be sad.
Yeah. But it's about, I'm not going to give anything away, but it's telling from two perspectives of a young teenage girl from the 1990s, more present time, and then Clara from the 1920s and 1930s. And it's about Clara and being in an insane asylum for women and how they were treated back in the day.
During the Great Depression.
During the Great Depression in insane asylums. It's very dark. But we're coming to the end, and the end is going to have a
nice little bow.
And it's going to...
Are you manifesting this?
No. I just found out something today that I know that things are coming together in a good way. But it is depressing. But I'm glad I almost stopped reading it because it was so sad and dark. But I finished. It's reality. I'm sure it's reality of how things were back then. So that's what I'm reading.
And then
after that, I'm reading the second and the.
And then this is me.
The house. Yeah, this is Hannah. What's the thing I read? Housemaid. I'm reading the second one.
The Housemaid's Secret or something.
Yeah, I got the second one right on my bedside table.
The reason why I'm reading this,
The Kingdom of the Wicked.
The reason why I'm reading this, I decided to be adventurous like 3 months back, and I picked up a 500-page book, and I flew through like the first 250 pages, and I get to like the middle of the flipping book, and I'm like, they're talking about these side characters. Like, I'm supposed to know who they are.
Oh, no.
Who they are.
You jumped in the middle of a series.
And I was like, please, God, tell me this is not in the middle of a series. And sure enough, it was in the middle of the series. Wow. So I had to stop that book. And this is the first book of the series.
And you're going, I know what happens to you.
Yeah, I do. And I'm just like getting the details because I'm like, I need to know what happens in the other book.
So what is Cheryl or Ed, whichever one's typing that? What are they reading?
They were reading the live chat.
I thought they were going to say they were reading a book.
No, they're reading the live chat.
So that's just, what do you have a goal for this year? Like how many books you want to read?
15. It's not a big goal. It's just like life is life, and I know that I'm not going to have time.
Yeah, with the wedding and everything stuff.
Yeah,
I put 12 books for one book a month. In my head, I want 15.
Yeah.
But I'm on Goodreads, and it asks you what your goal is, and I said 12.
But I've paused this book, and I am reading Daughter of Mine, which is a thriller book for a book club.
Yeah, we've learned that our genre of preference is thrillers.
This is romance, and I can only do so much romance.
All right, so I got some travel memes, some new ones, fresh ones I found. I think they're fresh. It says, no matter where you're sitting on the plane, this happens, you're in first class.
Have you ever seen the videos of the cats escaping on the planes? Do you know how fast I would go and grab that cat and just hold it and be like, I got it. I got it.
I'm a dog person. I love dogs.
I love cats. I love my dogs. Don't get me wrong. I will eventually probably have a dog, but Sally Cat is my world. Yeah.
I understand. All right, this is me. Me flying for the first time. Wow, clouds. Me flying for the 100th time. Wow, clouds. Does anybody else just sit there and look out the window and think, oh, that's so pretty, like little, it's like heaven, it's full of clouds. You don't do that? How pretty it is out there?
No.
I do. That's me.
No, because I'm afraid of heights.
But when we fly next time, we're not going to be by windows. Tell them where we decided when we're flying together, what our favorite seating arrangement
when
is.
There's two people on a flight that flying together, and the seating is 3-3. We found that aisle seat.
Yeah.
So we'll just have the aisle between us, but that way we're not, one person is not just stuck next to like a stranger. They're being an awkward third wheel, but they're not being a third wheel,
like in the middle of two people.
Yeah, so we just got...
Yeah, if you have to go to the bathroom or whatever, you don't have to say, excuse me. But was that a happy accident that we did that last time?
That was...
Or did we choose that?
No, we did not choose it. What it was that our flight got canceled.
And they put us like that.
They put us, because that was the only option. And then we were like, oh, we like this.
We like it, because we talk across the aisle, but at the same time, we don't have to be in the middle with strangers stuff. Yeah. So
good evening, Will Cooper.
Hey, Will Cooper. Good to see you. Happy 2025. And thank y'all for being here today. We know, for those that are, I know Eric B might not be here tonight because it's one of the championship playoff games for football, college football tonight. But that's at 7:30, so not yet. All right, this one I just thought was funny. It says, big thanks to our tour guide who took this group photo of us.
Autofocus. Too bad, so sad.
Security at every level of the airport is insane until you get to the baggage claim. Then it's like, take whatever bag you want, which is so true.
That's why I run to baggage claim.
Yeah, we don't like, even when you get off the plane, you think I need to go stop by the bathroom. It's like Hannah's like, no, I'm gonna get
you can go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
Yeah, because I mean, just
we will be screwed
if they take you back.
Screwed. Is that
Have you got your suitcase out and packed yet?
It's out.
Is it out because it's from the last trip?
Don't hit me.
Y'all. We are such opposites. As soon as I get home, unless I'm getting home at midnight or something, which I usually still, as soon as I get home, I'm unpacking the suitcase and putting the dirty laundry in the laundry room. And
I did take everything away. Of course, I took the dirty laundry out of it.
I'm putting everything away, and my suitcase is on the steps waiting to go back to the attic.
No.
This one?
Nope.
When's the last trip you took?
October.
Still has a suitcase out.
And your point is?
Ridiculous.
And your point is?
Is it in the middle of the living room?
Yes, it is.
Drill. You've got so much work to do. You have so much work to do. And I promise I tried. I tried for many years. She's yours now.
I like to point out that I may people may think I am just like you, but I am not.
You are not. You are like the one downstairs.
Yes, I am. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So what are we doing in New York, Hannah?
Okay.
New York. First of all, we're talking about planes, and I was going to just throw some questions at y'all. So what are some things you always take with you on a plane? Like, what's something you always have to have with you? I'm not taking a rolling carry-on this plane. I'm just taking a backpack. Are you?
I think so. It just depends on how my suitcase turns out with the winter clothes.
Oh, this is true. We'll have to have
because the last time that we packed, granted, that was for a
New York trip plus a 7-day cruise.
Yeah, but we were going to wash our clothes, and it was summer clothes.
Mm-hmm.
We have thicker clothes this time.
Yeah. So when you're going on a plane, what's something you always take with you? I always take a book.
I never read the book.
Headphones to listen to the movie. Or do you just get the headphones from the flight attendant?
I think I'm just going to pass out and go to bed. It's just an hour and a half.
Go to bed. Go to chair.
Yep.
What's your go-to plane snack? Do you take a snack on the plane with you?
Well, I try to get something that's not peanuts.
Of course, yeah, because some people might have allergies.
Yeah. But, I mean, I really don't have a preference. I mean, Cheez-Its is the first thing that comes to my mind. But the thing that I have to take on the plane is a blanket. Because sometimes it's just cold as crap on those planes. And second, I have to bring a bunch of water. Because I have seen, like, the horror stories of people getting, like, stuck on the tarmac and they can't do food or beverage service. And because they're just, like, sitting there. And they're just like, I'm dying of thirst. Like, when I went from London to Atlanta and back and forth, I had 3 smart waters on me, like big. I was like, I'm not.
You have to stay hydrated on the planes. They tell you that.
Yeah,
stay hydrated.
I'm not.
We always take our insulated cups, like a Stanley or something, whatever you want to take. And then once you get checked in to the airport, go over to the thing that has the filtered water thing. If we fill them up, that.
Make sure you bring food of some sort.
Yeah, I've got snacks packed for me.
Especially if you're
like my snacks.
Especially if you're in the back of the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, that story. I'm usually am a chipper person. Not right now though. I just woke up from a nap. But usually like I'm really like, oh, I can't believe I'm flying. Yeah. We had a delayed flight going to Seattle from Atlanta. The delay was from Augusta to Atlanta, and thus that made us late, and we missed our flight that was originally Atlanta to Seattle. So they booked us on another flight, and they're like, "Well, we got to put you in the back row." But it was like so close that we couldn't even get snacks. And and Mom was like, "Don't worry, we'll just get the snacks on the plane." They ran out. And all they had was freaking bland granola. And I was so mad because that's like a 4-hour flight. And I'm like,
no snacks.
There's no snacks, and I can't lean my seat back. Like, why?
She was not a happy camper.
Woo.
No, my car snack, if I'm on a car trip, is always combos. I don't know why.
Funyuns.
I always get combos wherever we go to the gas station. Funyuns. And I don't even eat combos at home. I don't know why.
Funyuns.
Anyway, so the thing that I always want to carry with me is a book. And I'm carrying my heavy coat. I'm not taking a blanket this time because I want my heavy coat when I get off in New York.
Know. There was one time where you forgot something and you're like, I'm cold. And I had my oversized 6 jacket and I had my blanket and I gave you my blanket.
Yeah. Well, I always get cold on plane.
Then why you didn't bring a blanket?
I don't know. All right. So Anthony is a creator. And Terrell says, what's the vacation in February?
You did have a vacation in February, but then you
we decided not to take a vacation in February. Anthony says his is Biscoff. Biscoffs are good, and that's probably a go-to thing that William really likes on the airplane when they're handing them out. We don't fly very often, so for us, every flight is like a new adventure. Yep, it's a good way to look at it. When working, he likes water and a cup of ramen, personal travel, water, snacks, and a blanket.
See, just like me.
Yeah.
Like, it takes you one time of being cold on a plane to realize you need to pack a blanket.
Yeah. I'm sure Nick can tell you as a flight attendant that you need to stay hydrated. It's super important. And chapstick is important too.
When I went to London, I was like 23, 24 years old. And my thinnest blanket that I could fit into my backpack was a My Little Pony pink blanket. And I had my Stitch pillow pet. And I looked like a freaking 7-year-old rolling through rolling through the airport with my carry-on, which was pink and purple, striped like Cheshire cat, like
roll on. This child be in the airport,
like roll on backpack, Stitch pillow pet, and My Little Pony blanket. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, I'm 24. And when I have all this on me, and I'm in Delta Comfort, and they're like, oh, do you want something to drink? And I said, what you have? And and then the guy next to me, he orders a beer, and I was like, I'll have a beer. Because it was
your My Little Pony.
And she looked at me, she goes, are you old enough? I had to pull out my ID and show it to her. Because
I card you too, yeah, My Little Pony.
Because I had Stitch pillow pet My Little Pony.
Hannah will never grow up. Never. Jarrell. It's yours.
He knew what he was getting into. I've never hidden that side.
So, those of you who've ever seen our video on this hotel, this is our go-to hotel in New York. We just like it because those of you that travel to New York know that sometimes you can get some tiny little places to stay.
Oh my gosh.
The tiniest one was the one we went that time that we didn't have a place to put our clothes.
And I got sick.
Yeah. But we just like the residency in New York, Manhattan Central Park, because it's just a Times Square, because it's a great location if you're going to Times Square a lot, or the theater district,
which is around Times Square,
right or Times Square,
the Central Park, because it's at the bottom of Central Park.
Yep. But it has a kitchen, like not full size, but a refrigerator. You can get a hot plate.
You can request a hot plate. It's got a fridge, dishwasher, microwave, all the cutlery and pots and pans and plates.
Yeah, it's great because when you go out to eat, and if you don't eat everything, you bring a takeout back, you can warm it up the next day or whatever. It's just nice. And it's nice to put all your bottled water and things like that.
Breakfast.
They have a nice breakfast. Yeah, it's not just, continental. It's like a real breakfast. So it's a very pretty hotel. And great views. Hello, Kurt and Marsha. Good to see y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
Did we see if the bottom still opened? The bottom of the window?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
The windows roll open there.
No, like the bottom of the window.
And it's like, no children should be up here.
No.
So Kurt and Marsha, how's your weather looking coming up? So when you are choosing a hotel, what amenities are important to you? For instance, when William sometimes he's retired, but he contracts with the U.S. Marshals. And when he goes to travel for that, he always wants breakfast. Free breakfast. So he wants to have a hotel that serves breakfast. So that's his amenity. What's your amenity that you want to have when you...
A refrigerator.
A refrigerator, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the refrigerator, because not all hotels comes with refrigerators, which is shocking. Yeah. But it also depends on where you're going and why you're going there. A microwave is very important.
Yes. Especially if you have leftovers or whatever.
Yep.
Wi-Fi.
Dear God.
Oh, yeah, that's important. But see, that's what I like about that hotel we were just talking about, because it has all that. Plus, it also has a smart TV that you can link your Netflix and watch that on there and everything, which I like that.
He's got a bathtub. Not all places.
Did the one we had before with them have a bathtub, or was that just the one we had that time? Did they always have bathtubs when we've stayed there?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, that was a big bathtub.
I wanted that bathtub.
If we come back really cold, it might be good to soak in a bathtub.
The safe didn't work.
Yeah, the safe didn't work.
But it's okay.
Yeah, they tried.
All right.
So what's something that's important to you? A free hot breakfast is one thing we look for, and Cheryl needs a mini fridge. That's what we're saying too. Agreed. I definitely have to water.
Have to have water.
Have water when flying. Also, bottled water by the bed at the hotel. Nice. Yeah. That's a fancy thing, Kurt and Marsha. When working, microwave in the room, a personal, amazing food, and free Wi-Fi all around. Yeah, Wi-Fi is important.
When working, he needs the microwave in the room.
Yeah.
When it's personal, he needs amazing food.
Got it.
And free Wi-Fi for both.
So you probably are packing your food when you're going to your jobs. I got it.
Yep. Yeah. I think also just security.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this hotel that we're staying at, you always used to use your card to get up in the elevator, and and to everywhere. It's not just a higher floor. It's like everywhere you have to use your car to get in. So it's nice.
Yep.
So when we're planning for New York, this we've talked about this before.
Is it free or do you have to pay a little bit? Do you have to pay like $5?
I don't think we pay for it unless it is now. But if you are ever planning a vacation that has multiple components to it,
and you have people contributing,
right, and you're sharing the trip with someone, like we're sharing, TripIt is amazing app on your phone. I even use this. I usually don't use it for cruises, but the last trip that we took, that we had, the New York part at the beginning, and then we had the cruise on Norwegian. I used it because Norwegian has all those reservations. So you have reservations for shows, you have reservations for
excursions,
reservations for all those specialty restaurants. And it was nice as we made the reservations, I plugged it in. It's an itinerary building app is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then she could see it, I could see it. And while we're on the trip, if we go, when's that reservation? If we didn't want to, I guess, look in the Norwegian app, it was there on TripIt. But you can also plug in your flights, and as soon as you put your flight number in, it puts all the times in it for you.
And it'll update you when your flights have changed.
Yeah, if your flights have changed, it'll update you. It's a neat little app if you're sharing a trip with somebody, especially.
And you can link it to your email account. So when you get a reservation confirmation within that date, it's going to plug it into the TripIt.
Yeah. So we should be sponsored by TripIt.
We really should.
We talk about it a lot.
All right.
Have you been to New York City? If so, what was your favorite New York City attraction or experience?
What was your answer?
I think the first time I went to New York City was with Hannah. I think every time I go to New York City is with Hannah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Our first time, I don't know if it was because it was my first time there, but we had several experiences there that were just special, cool to me, that I would have thought were cheesy or touristy, and they weren't. Like the Madame Tussauds in Times Square.
Okay, sorry, I got cold. The only reason we went to this place was our first trip, and I recommend this if they're still in business for people who are trying to get a pass to like multiple attractions. Like you have a jam-packed itinerary. It's called the New York Pass. And so we got the New York Pass for like 3 days, and it includes, like, you pay this fee, and it includes your admission to a bunch of different attractions, and like the hop on hop off bus tour, like the Museum of Natural History. Some of these places you have to make reservations for those things, but your admission's included. And we just happened to have like 2 hours of us not doing anything at night. And then I looked at the New York Pass, and I was like, "Do you want to go back to the hotel?" She goes, "No." I was like, "Well, Madame Tussauds is right there, and it's part of the pass, so we don't have to pay anything."
And we went in there, and it was fun. I just never thought it'd be that fun.
It was interesting.
It was really interesting, but it was fun.
I think the photo opportunities is what was cute. Like
I got some cute photos.
The E.T. and Mad Men. And
you got to be on E.T.'s bike and stuff like that. And I'm a huge fan of Mad Men. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. That's another show I think I'm sidetracking right now. I think I'm gonna watch all over again. I love that show.
What else?
But on that same trip, we went to Lombardi's.
That's the first pizzeria in America.
Yeah. We didn't, and we happened upon it, I think, didn't we?
So, like, that was the hop on, hop off bus tour day.
Which is fun also. That's another experience. It's fun.
Hop
on, hop off.
And so we were in Chinatown. We were walking through, and Chinatown is right next to Little Italy. And we ended up walking through Little Italy through that the festival.
They were having a festival.
Yeah, I forget which saint it is, but it's like a street food festival.
So much food.
And then you were like, "Oh, well, I want to find a pizza joint," and I just turned and looked, and I'm like, "Lombardi's," and I was like, "That's the first pizzeria."
First pizzeria in America.
And we walked in, and she swears that the owner is
mafia.
He could fit in with the Sopranos.
Yeah, I felt like, and I'm a huge Sopranos fan, so I felt like I was on the Sopranos when I was in there, and some of the people that were coming in, I was like,
And they were an all-cash restaurant.
Yeah, they only took cash. I loved it.
It was good. It was good.
I loved it.
It was a good pizza.
It was great. And it was just that whole experience that first time.
You did the ride.
The ride. If you ever get the New York Pass, do the ride.
If it's still included.
If it's still included, yeah. But it's a immersive bus experience. That's all I'll say. There's so basically surprises while you're on this bus.
You're on a bus, and it's like 3 rows of like tiered seats, and one side of the bus is just this big window.
Yeah, and so you're watching as you pass things in New York City, but things are going to happen, and the people that are narrating with you are funny.
Yeah, but they teach you about New York and stuff.
So if you're just seeing New York for the first time, do the ride and do the hop on, hop off bus, because you'll see a lot of the sights.
And see if the New York Pass includes some of the things that you would be interested in.
And things that you might not think are interesting. If it's included in the pass, you might as well try it, and you might like it.
We went to the Museum of Natural History, which you need at least 5 hours in that place.
5 days. It's so big.
That's on Noelle's bucket list. She wants to go to the Museum of Natural History.
What was the movie that was made there?
A Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum.
And they had the Easter Island heads, and I was like, the Easter Island heads! Yes! Yes!
So what's some people's favorite experiences?
Been to New York. Favorite experience was visiting our youngest son at Pratt in Brooklyn and visiting the 9/11 Memorial.
Yes, that's another thing we did that first trip. And yes, that
it's a raw emotion kind of thing.
Very raw emotion. You just walk out and everybody's real quiet for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fave NYC experience was spending time with the 2 lovely humans on the screen.
Yeah,
that made me happy.
That was such a fun day.
Yeah.
That was our Broadway day.
Been to New York City twice, going to do stuff at night due to obligations during the day. I really like seeing the city from the top of the Empire State Building.
Yes. That was another thing we were talking about I said the 2 times, we were talking about this question before. I said the 2 times that we got to go up high and see all the views, Empire State Building and Summit 1. You have to do it just to see everything.
The Empire State Building.
Don't go at night.
Don't go
at the last minute.
At the last minute, dude, because they shut down like 30 minutes early. They're like, I want to go home. You know, like with my experience with Mom, great. My experience with Dad,
horrible,
terrible.
They rushed them through.
Yeah. First time New York. Working at a high-end furniture company, got to meet and talk with Chris Elliott from Letterman's Sweet Theory movie, Deliver Furniture Day.
That's an experience.
I think my favorite experience was hello. I think it's just when like you happen upon things just randomly. Like my morning walking around Brooklyn with Dad, and then going across the Brooklyn Bridge, just going at our own pace was really nice.
Yeah.
And seeing everything. And then with you, I think Trinity Church.
Oh, yeah.
Like the graveyard and cemetery, and then going inside Trinity Church. It's like that's something you could do at your own pace, not on Sundays. But
we could probably go there again this time.
We're going to be in the stock market, but like it's just so peaceful and so quiet, and there's a bunch of history there. And I think Trinity Church, I have to look at the facts, but it's known as one of the wealthiest churches because they lease the land, because a lot of that land they own, and they lease the land to the building, like the people who own the building.
Financial district.
Yeah. So
yeah, Trinity Church is where Alexander Hamilton and his family are buried.
It's also where the National Treasure is located in the movie National Treasure with Nicolas Cage.
And if they're not having a service or a wedding or something or a funeral there, you can go inside, and it's
for free.
Beautiful inside. Beautiful church.
It's free. You do have to go through security.
And St. Patrick's Cathedral. That was a wonderful experience.
It's just nice when you happen upon things. Like that one was not planned.
We didn't plan that.
I was like,
oh, look.
We can go inside.
We can go inside.
Hello.
Oh,
just
my gosh.
Do not be on the phone.
Oh, yeah. Don't put your phone away.
No phone. All right.
All right.
Sunset Boulevard.
This is what we're going to go see.
So excited.
So excited.
Sunset Boulevard. Like, both the plays we're seeing, we're going to be depressed.
We usually go for happy ones, but both of these are pretty dramatic.
I'm so excited.
I got the next one, I think. And then we're also going to go see The Outsiders.
Which I have not listened to any of the music. Have you?
No.
Yeah. Exactly. This was my Christmas gift to her.
Yeah. My Christmas present. And I grew up, you're my age. you probably know that The Outsiders was a book that we all read as teenagers, and also it was a movie that was very popular with Ralph Macchio and all
Well, when we were in New York last and we went with Nick to the Broadway Museum, one of the tour guides or like people working there was just really personable, and he was saying how The Outsiders does this really cool effect with water and the fake gravel.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sold us. We were like, we want to see this.
They said don't sit on the front row.
Like on the first 3 rows.
You'll get wet when you get hit by the rocks.
When you try to purchase the first 3 rows, it says you may be experiencing some things flying from the stage, including you may get wet. And I was
where
like,
did you put us, Hannah?
4th row.
4th row. Thank you for the ticket, Hannah.
It said the first 3 rows. There was not a warning on the 4th row.
So this is some other stuff we're going to do. That we went to the drama bookshop, but we're going to go do some more book shopping. It's because they have a lot of neat.
There is a bookshop in Brooklyn that I would like to go to, but there is. And where is it at? I forget which neighborhood it's in, but it's in Manhattan. It's near Tribeca? It's not Tribeca. Anyways, it's called the Mysterious Bookshop, and it sells mysteries and thrillers. And the reason why I know about it is because my new favorite author, Riley Sager, did a book signing there. And his new
I'll have to go see Riley Sager.
Well, his new book.
That's not his real name though.
His new book is coming out in June. And I wonder if he's going back, because he's he lives in Pennsylvania right now, or New Jersey or something. It's in Tribeca.
Eric B. He is in San Francisco. Eric B. I said earlier, Eric might not be here tonight because we got a big football game starting. I thought it's 7:30. We are privileged to have you. Thank you for being here. From San Francisco.
So I really want to go to the Mysterious Bookshop. Anyways, the New York Stock Exchange. We've been in the financial district. Of course, we went to the 9/11 Memorial. We've seen the Bull. We've been to Trinity Church.
That's around the place that we got on Statue. I'm going to go see Statue.
Yeah, that's Battery Park. Yeah. But we've never seen the Stock Exchange. Like, we've never stood in front of the building or, like, seen the building, you know? So we would like to see it.
But we can't go inside?
No.
Keep on
for good reason. It is not open to the public.
And Hannah works for a financial advisor group. So I guess it's y'all deal with this a lot. The stocks and everything.
Not me, thank God. But if we're near the stock exchange, we can go to Trinity Church again. Yeah. All right. This is Mom's Ask.
So we're going to go to the Midnight Moment in Times Square. Is it every night at midnight?
I think so.
We need to look that up, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's like an art installation. I don't know if y'all knew this. I actually learned about it through TikTok. But it's an art installation where they take all this mega screens that, do all the advertisements and everything in Times Square. And at midnight, they do this art installation with all the art on it. They take all the ads off and they do this. So we're going to go do that. Mm-hmm. It's going to freeze our little tails off.
Yeah. But it's fine. So Dad asked, we were like, oh, do you want anything? No, he didn't even say that. He said, I asked for one thing. And we were like, what? He goes, I want a New York Police Department shirt. And he said, and if you find the fire department, great. And then I was like, well, what if it's the Ghostbusters headquarters firehouse? And he said, do they sell merch? I said, I think they do.
He loves Ghostbusters.
So he was like, yes, I want a shirt.
He wants merch from the Ghostbusters headquarters.
So I think the Ghostbusters headquarters, firehouse, is near Tribeca, if it's not in Tribeca. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to see if they're open, depending on, it's a working firehouse.
Yeah.
So we don't know if their little gift shop is going to be open or not, but we'll try.
And we're doing a lot of stuff that's outdoors, so we're definitely taking a lot of winter gear with us because it's cold. But we're gonna go on the High Line as long as the weather's good. And the High Line is a beautiful kind of like Greenway experience, I guess.
It's an abandoned like railway.
Yeah, that you walk on, and you just see some beautiful sights in the city. So we're gonna walk on the High Line. That will be probably my day that I wear my sweats and my tennis shoes. And also Chelsea Market. I've heard that they've got some really good like food places in there. So we've never been. This is just stuff we've never been to. So we're gonna go to Chelsea Market and probably have lunch or dinner there. And just kind of it's High Line. Chelsea Market's near the High Line, correct? One end of the High Line.
You can't go inside, but there's people saying that they sell merch. It's like a small thing. Oh, yeah. It just depends. Like, you can't go inside the firehouse. It's a working firehouse.
Oh, is it a working firehouse?
Yeah. Oh. Talking with Bob. Hello.
Hey, Talking with Bob. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And we have been going, and we even went with Nick to Ellen Stardust Diner a lot. We've been there 2 times. Been there for breakfast, and we also went for lunch, I think.
Yeah, but the trick is, if you want to go to Ellen's,
if you want to go to Ellen's Stardust Diner, go to breakfast.
Because there's no line. You can walk through the front door. If you try to go during lunch and dinner, you will be waiting for 30 minutes to an hour.
And it's a diner, and it's made up of a lot of great performers that sing great, really, really well. But they are trying to get into into acting and Broadway and all that. And they work there, and they perform there. And a lot of them have moved on to Broadway. Well, Gail's Broadway Rose is also something like that. It's not as popular as Ellen's, but it's a dining establishment, and they go and they sing all the Broadway songs while you're having your dinner or your lunch or your breakfast. And we're gonna go there this time instead of going to Ellen's.
It's in a restaurant. It's not always Gail's Broadway Rose. It's just for certain like dinner services, if not all dinner services. But like for lunch and stuff, it's like a regular restaurant.
But we've never been there, so on the theme of we're gonna go places we haven't been, that's one of the places we're gonna go. One place that Hannah has been, she went with William last year.
It's just so nice.
It's the Brooklyn Bridge, and
didn't go last year.
Huh?
Didn't go last year.
The year before.
Yep.
It's been 2 years since y'all been.
2023.
Oh, really? So anyway, they took a Lyft or an Uber or something, and they went to Brooklyn and then walked around Brooklyn a little bit, and then they walked back across the Brooklyn Bridge. And so we're probably going to do the same thing.
Yeah, no, you don't walk to Brooklyn, walk around Brooklyn, and then walk back. You take the subway or a taxi or a Lyft over to Brooklyn, walk around Brooklyn, and walk your way back.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And then Central Park.
We've never been there.
And we stay at a hotel that's right by it.
Never. We walk beside it.
We walk
the Natural History Museum.
You're right. Yes, we walked by it, but we've never walked in it. So we're going to go, not during the evening for sure, but we're going to walk in it during the day.
And of course, it's huge. We're not going to see everything.
No.
Huge. We like to save our feet.
Yep. But the last one's
I want to go to the toy store.
Hannah wants to go to the store. Didn't they close it and move it into like Macy's or something?
I don't know where they moved it. I know that Macy's has a section of FAO Schwartz. I don't know. I have to do my research. But they have there's these like stuffed animals called jelly cats that people like they sit down and you can put them on your little like bookshelf, and that's why they have a whole jelly cat section.
She's almost 30.
But also, don't you just want to just see what a toy store is that's like really big? I do. I just really I feel like a child. It's like, that they have a whole thing where this would be really cute, but in FAO Schwartz, they have a section for little girls to make quote unquote designer bags. And it's like, I don't know if I would
go make a designer bag.
No, but it's like $65 and it's but it's cute.
I'd rather go to Chinatown and buy myself a fake designer bag.
And that's it. She wants us to go to Canal Street, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I need to get me a little bag.
Ma'am, no.
Thank you, Bob. Bob said don't Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And what does Will say? That's something you talked about doing. You talked about going to a hockey game.
Yeah, not baseball and not basketball.
Hannah doesn't like baseball. I like basketball.
Yeah,
I like basketball.
I like hockey.
She loves ice hockey.
I love ice.
I hit myself these
I think I like hockey because
it's cold.
We don't get that here.
We used to have a minor hockey league here. Mm-hmm. And it was nice. Now we don't have it.
It was the Rangers versus somebody. I forget what the.
Yeah, you did talk about us going to a hockey game.
Yeah, but then we bought Sunset Boulevard and Outsiders tickets, and
you're like, we're poor. You're like, we're poor now. I like to do one in Vegas.
At the Golden Knights?
Yeah. Remember we were leaving, they were letting out.
I was like, dear God.
Yeah, we were over there at New York, and they were letting out, and we were like, where are all these people coming from? And they all, they're Golden Knights. I was like, oh, I just got out of the game.
Yeah, I just want to see like a NHL game. I've never seen one.
Yeah.
And I've only seen minor league, and that was when I was a kid.
You were the stick kid of the game.
I told Jarrell that, and he was like, no, you weren't.
She was the stick kid of the game.
I got a hockey stick.
You probably saw that jersey somewhere.
Yes, I do, but someone gave away my hockey stick and hockey puck.
Probably cleaned it out.
Yeah, you did. And that made me upset.
Your hockey puck's got to be somewhere.
No. You gave up my hockey stick.
But the hockey puck we still had somewhere. But yeah. So that is what we're going to do in New York.
What?
We're going to be cold too.
Not me. I'm hot-natured. I typically run 98.6 all the time, if not 99.
That's what we're going to do.
Just so you know, redheads are at a higher degree.
We have a higher body temperature.
Yeah.
So if we think we're getting sick and we take our temperature and it's 99, that's not sick for us.
Mm-mm. Now it's when it hits like 99.8, we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. We usually run kind of high. Mm-hmm. Our tempers do too.
Tempers do. We have great pain tolerance as well.
We have great pain tolerance, yes. This is true.
We're superhumans. JK. But the other stuff was true about redheads.
And we do have souls, though.
Yes, we do.
So, Hannah, what are you looking forward to the most out of all that stuff we're about to do?
I really want to go to the toy store.
The FAO Shorts.
And go book shopping. I think this time, because we really haven't done, like, shopping before.
We really hadn't.
No. And I think
we're not big shoppers, though.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, this is still not, like, clothes shopping or anything. We're going to a toy store and a bookstore. And I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, we've never been clothes shopping in New York.
No. Never.
If you don't find a wedding dress on Saturday, we can go wedding dress shopping.
No. Absolutely not.
As you just joined us, Hannah's going to go wedding dress shopping on Saturday, the weather permitting, if we don't have a snowstorm.
Yeah, we have to call Elizabeth.
What do y'all picture Hannah in? A straight dress, a poofy dress, black dress?
She told me I can't have a black dress.
No. That was my one rule.
Everybody else at work says that I should wear a black dress.
That was my one request. Did I request anything else? No. You can have a different color, but not black.
That's not fair. No, I do have the ice cream man, though.
Huh? So we do have a college football game that's going on. Now, who's playing, Hannah?
No idea. Do not care.
Clemson's not playing. Georgia's not playing. So we kind of lost interest.
I lost interest when Ohio State won.
And your dad lost interest in LSU won.
I do not. I'm so sorry. Ohio State is not my favorite. It's nothing personal against any coach or player or anybody.
But she likes Notre Dame's coach.
Woo!
He's pretty.
Woo! Yes. Like Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Cute. Like a gold dress.
No, I don't do poofy, though.
You can do gold. You like a dress that has some gold in it.
Remember, Penn State and Notre Dame tonight, Ohio State and Texas tomorrow. I hope Dexter.
So who do y'all want to win this thing all together? Like the whole kit and caboodle on the 20th?
So Notre Dame's from Indiana, Penn State.
I think I'd like to see Texas win the whole shebang.
I'm okay with everybody except for Ohio State.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I have nothing against him.
And you like Notre Dame's coach, so you'd be supporting him.
My dumb butt did not realize until recently that Notre Dame was in Indiana. It's only because of Ginger. Because Ginger lives near Notre Dame now. Okay, that's it.
That's it. So after us, Lovey's Fat Life is live at 8 o'clock. And I believe Beach Please is live at 9. I'm not sure. But I know Lovey's Fat Life is. They're going to be talking about something about Aruba. Aruba. So make sure if you have time to tune into them, and we would appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to ask Hannah to close us out. And thank y'all for being here. We appreciate it.
We hope that you, wow. Okay. Thank you for staying to the end, y'all, the real MVPs. But we hope that you stay safe out there, stay healthy, and don't forget to journey on. Bye. 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 Bye.